Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. In today's video, I decided to do a gray smoky eye. It was one of the requests for the color series. So I don't normally do grays or silvers or a lot of cool tone in general. And so I decided, why not do a smoky eye? I feel like this is such a great look for when you're going out, you're having a girls' night, date night, whatever it is. Like that super smoky, sultry eye. This eyeshadow is actually the Honest Beauty eyeshadow trio. It's truly enticing smoky gray. This is my first purchase from Honest Beauty. It's Jessica Alba's collection. And this is what the actual palette looks like. It's just a little trio and it runs about $25. I thought the pigmentation was pretty good. I feel like with black eyeshadows, sometimes like they look like they're really black and then you apply it on and it doesn't look, it looks like blue eyeshadow on. So I really loved the combination. You don't have to do a dark black eyeshadow. I think that even just like this gray, you can get like a nice natural smoky eye just from using this gray. I think for the price, it's $25. I think it's pretty reasonable and I think it's a really great palette. So yeah, enough about that. If you want to see this look, keep on watching.
Alrighty, let's get started. So first I'm going to use Scotch tape and I'm using this on the eyes, well, underneath the eyes to really help me get that precise look. This is really great for beginners. Next, to prime my eyes, I'm using the MAC 24-hour base and I'm just setting it with a translucent loose powder with a G17 brush from Morphe. As my transition color, I'm using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil with a 224 brush. This is very important anytime that you're doing a smoky eye because it's such a dark color. You really need a transition color to make it blend all or transition. So the first color I'm using is this gray color. I'm going to use this all over the lid. And I'm just using a big fluffy blending brush from Morphe. I'm going to get this all the way up to the crease and I'm just blending it all in with circular motions. Of course, you can make this a little bit more intense. Like if you wanted just the gray as the smoky eye, you could just apply a little bit more. I am going to be using the black eyeshadow today, so I didn't want to go too crazy. Now with that black eyeshadow, I am going to start in the outer V and I'm first giving it kind of like an eyeliner effect. I really want this to be really like winged out and I'm focusing on the outer V, making sure that area is very dark. I'm using the Morphe M411 brush. I really like this for creating depth but also blending it in a little bit. I am focusing more on the outer V because I do want the most depth there, but I am going to bring it into the crease, but you'll notice that I won't go as dark. I just wanted to add a little bit more depth also in the crease, but not as dramatic. The key to this look is making sure that it's completely blended. So I'm using my MAC 217 brush, one of my favorite brushes for blending, to blend this all in. And you just keep on focusing on blending. If you have to spend 5 minutes blending extra, then do it so that it looks beautifully blended. Now I did spray this brush with my Smashbox primer water before I dipped it into that silver color, and I'm just putting this on the base of my lid. I really wanted intensity when it came to that silver, so that's why I sprayed it. And then just for the brow bone, I used a matte vanilla type shade to highlight it, but I wanted it to look matte. And I'm also applying that to the inner corners of my eye, and I'm using the gray eyeshadow as well. Now let's remove those Scotch tapes. Let's see what we made. And before I get started on the foundation, I am going to use an eye cream underneath the eyes. For my foundation today, I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I haven't worn this in a while, and it's a foundation that stays on all day long, and even if you sweat, it's like sweat proof. So if this is a foundation that you wanted to wear to go out, or you're looking for that when you go out, this would be a really great foundation. It has a very full coverage, and like I said, it's pretty much like waterproof. Now I'm just using this beauty blender. I really wanted an airbrushed effect type look, and you could always sheer it out with this. For my under eyes, I am using the Becca Under Eye Corrector, and I meant to use the Beauty Blender, and I didn't, which was not good. You really want to use the Beauty Blender, so I'm going to really make sure and blend it all in right now. and I'm using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC20. And I really wasn't feeling it, so I put some more concealer, which of course you don't want to do. You don't want to keep on layering concealers because you don't want it to look cakey, but luckily with the Beauty Blender, it allows you to sheer it out as much as possible. So I will be using that to sheer it out. Also, this concealer is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. Such a great concealer. I'm just using a shader brush to blend the concealer with the shadow so that it's beautifully blended. And then for my powder today, I am using the NYX HD Press Powder. You know, I always use the Too Faced one because how much I love it, but I wanted to try something new, and so far I like it. For my bronzer, I am using the Chocolate Soleil Too Faced bronzer, and I'm applying this all over, just warming up my skin, and then I'll do my contouring with my Bedallium angled contour brush. So right now I'm just creating more harsh lines, but I will blend it in some more. Now obviously I don't really have to contour my nose, but I don't like it looking pale either, so I just warm it up a little bit. I will be contouring the jawline and of course the forehead. But I'm just warming it all up, and then for my highlighter I am using the Laura Mercier highlighter. Such a beautiful pearly type color. Y'all know this is one of my favorites. I haven't worn it in a while, but my blush today is Too Faced Cosmetics, and this one is Baby Love. It's like a pale rosy pink. It's very beautiful and neutral. I really like it. With my Morphe angled brush, I am using that black eyeshadow underneath the lower lash line, just creating an eyeliner effect and then connecting it with that outer V. And I will be blending it all in with that 217 brush again. I really want this to look nicely blended and no harsh lines. With that Morphe M411 brush, I'm smoking it out with that gray color right underneath the black eyeshadow. And for the eyeliner today, I am using my Pacifica black eyeliner, and I really like this eyeliner because it's so creamy. And then for my top eyeliner, I'm using an angled brush and the Morphe black gel liner. And I'm gonna wing it out a little bit, and luckily with the actual eyeshadow in the outer V, it works as a guideline and it helps you create a really pretty winged look. I did pop in some eyelashes, the Ardell Wispies. They're not as dramatic because I felt like the eyeshadow was already dramatic enough. And I'm just applying more of that silver shadow. I really want it to pop. And so if you want, you could continue wetting the brush. I don't really need to since I've already applied it. And now back with that blending brush from Morphe, the fluffy one. I'm just adding a little bit more of that gray just to really blend everything in and smoke it out a little bit more. For my mascara today, I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara, my Ride or Die, and I'm going to use this on the lower lashes as well. Liner today, I'm using the Pale Pink from NYX, and it's the perfect name for it. That's the best way to describe it. It's a very pale pink. I feel like it kind of has like a hint of lavender in it, but I think this is so beautiful for like cool tone smoky eyes like I did today. And then I'm using the Femme Nude number 6 from Hourglass Cosmetics. I feel like it's a darker version of the pale pink. It's very neutral, really pretty color. I'm just adding some last minute touches, a little bit more blush. I'm going to do a little bit more highlighter as well. We have this G17 brush from Morphe, and I'm just adding a little bit more. And if you want it to look a little bit more blended, you can of course do the circular motions there too. And last but not least, I'm going to apply it to my Cupid's bow, and I was just really going for a highlighted look today. So that is all. Thank you so much for watching.